Push that like button. Show me some love. I need some mad love. Ah, Snag, we love you. Oh, Snag, we love you. We've been thinking about you. We really been thinking about you. We love you. We love you, Snag. Okay, I want y'all to show me some love. Be there for me like I'm there for y'all. I support y'all. I want y'all to support me. Can you do that? Can you support me? We're gonna get this screen right. I got a story that I want to bring to shit. I want to shed light on, and I want to ask you questions. Are all illegals illegal? This is an American debate. You know, now if you're not an illegal American immigrant, then you shouldn't leave a comment in this debate because this is going to be an American debate because I want you to see how the media is trying to play on the American people's heart to 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 tell us or make us feel like what's going on right now is wrong. But if you are here illegally and you get detained by ISIS and they deport you back, the reason why they deporting you is because you are here illegally. Do you think that collateral arrest is equivalent to illegal arrest, and both of them are illegal? I just want to know because a lot of people is crying over nothing right now, crying, talking about, oh man, they're arresting everybody. People been here for 10 years. But I want you to listen to this story, and this is one in particular man that just got arrested. But now everybody know it's a reason why. Everybody know it's a reason why. But illegals think that they can get a pardon after committing a crime in America when they was illegal. They was here illegally, but they committed a crime and they think that they can get a pardon or they can get an excuse for not being deported for committing a crime in America. And the reason why I say this, I don't care if you're not an immigrant. Nobody in America can live 20 years without not having not one encounter with law enforcement in some type of way. And if you do make it through the cracks, you just one of the lucky 20% of people who didn't. And everybody don't get caught. And it's a lot of people. 20% of 500 million people is a lot of people that don't get caught every year in some type of way or to get caught up. But in some type of way, eventually, you can run, but you can't hide. You can drive, but eventually you're gonna get pulled over and get caught driving without a license. And no matter what you do in America, eventually, if you live in wrong in any type of way, it's gonna haunt you. You're gonna get caught up. And most people that come here illegally are living wrong because they don't supposed to be here. So when they get caught up by being in the wrong places at the wrong time and get caught up in situations and they go to jail one time when they first get here and then they forget, and 30 years later they think the government treating them wrong because they kicking them out the country. But this is the story we're gonna start off with, and I wanted to ask you this question: are all illegals the same? Are all illegal people here the same? Should we treat some illegals different than we treat others? As American people, should we treat illegals differently? Like some that been here 10, 20 years, should we allow them to stay? And the ones that only been here for a couple months, we got to send them back, right? If you illegal, is illegal really illegal? Like, come on, let's bring this conversation. Can anybody comment into this? We're going to watch this story and then we're going to get to the real points. Watch this. This is what happened to this lady father. Do you think he should have been deported? Well, I'm going to speak on this before y'all see it. Before y'all even see it. I believe that what happened to her father is messed up. But I also believe as an American, he should have been deported. Now check this out.
We're going to begin our show with the Trump administration's mass deportation of undocumented immigrants, which continues to ramp up by the day. On Monday, ICE says it arrested nearly 1,200 people across the country. Many of them
1,200 illegals got arrested on Monday alone. Now that's not really a lot when you think about it. It's 500 million of us out here in this world, in America. 500 million, and like at least 100 million is illegal. So it's like 1,200 in one day really ain't nothing. And I'm gonna tell you, they finna start ramping it up more and more. Watch, we're gonna start hearing bigger numbers of arrests every day. 1,200 is just a start. Donald Trump just put in a national order. He wrote an order that ICE, the DEA, the FBI, all of them got to work together, and every day, every department must have at least 75 arrests. So just imagine when all these departments get to rolling real good and they arresting a minimum of 75 illegals a day. How many people gonna be? The numbers is gonna get ridiculous. If they ever reach Donald Trump's quarter, these numbers finna get ridiculous. But it's over 100 million illegal immigrants in America right now. How would that be for the real American people that's here right now? And most of these illegals got houses, got cars, they got bank accounts, they riding around in brand new Escalades, brand new Hellcats, brand new goddamn, like, think about it. All this opportunity that these illegals are taking from the real American people, you know, the money, the opportunities, and they here living illegal, first of all, because they illegal. They here illegally. Then they do illegal things amongst a group of illegal people that they hang around all the time, and they find themselves, you know, making money illegally, being paid under the table. I think every business owner that pay anybody under the table and get caught should be fined and arrested. I feel like every owner that get caught employing an illegal immigrant should be fined and arrested and put on TV for hiring illegals. Like they should be nationally shamed on television that this person, American, you supposed to be an American, but you hiring illegals and not Americans. Oh, you going to jail. Let all these foreign countries, all these people coming here for foreign entities, opening up different companies, hiring these illegals. Bam, arrest their ass. I bet you'll stop it tomorrow. Like, I think I'm all for them arresting the business owners for hiring illegals. Like, you should get arrested and fined at least $5,000. And that money should go back to the American people. We got to start demanding our little residual kickback checks every month as American people. And real Americans, if we got all these illegals done came over here, real Americans shouldn't have to pay taxes. We should get a piece of the taxes that the government is making off all these other countries and all these legal illegal immigrants that they have. You know, they got a lot of illegal immigrants here. And see, the reason why they illegal immigrants is because just because they got their green card, if they accidentally commit a crime, now they illegal and they still over here, they should be deported too. Like, am I the only one? And this ain't just targeting, I'm sorry to say this, Hispanic people. Hispanic people is just going to be a lot of the collateral people that get arrested. And a lot of them been here for 10, 20, 30, 40 years. Their grandparents been here. And when you send those people back to Mexico and they ain't been there in 30, 40 years, how do you think those people going to go back and readjust into their society? A lot of them going to be rejected by their society because a lot of them can't speak Spanish no more because they've been in America talking English all this time. So a lot of people is going to be misplaced and mistreated by their own people when they get back home for being traitors, for going to America, leaving their people behind. And then once the people find out that they had all this money and all this other stuff and they wasn't doing nothing for their people, man, them people going to get tormented, beat up, jacked up. And then China They let China come in and build all these EV companies, building all these cars. Now they selling the cars. They can't sell them to us in America, but they sell it to the Hispanic people in Mexico, and the Mexican people get to drive the cars right across the border. Now we looking at cars in America that we can't even get our hands on because these companies can't build these cars and sell them in America. But we watching Mexicans ride around in these brand new cars that we can't touch, and they selling them to the other Mexicans and letting them drive around in them, and they registered in Mexico. Like, we are just being, man, like, and Trump is finna make America great again. Like, he's just finna just, people thinking that this is a bad thing, but we gotta let like 3-4 weeks go by so y'all can see how it's gonna start becoming a great thing. Opportunities gonna start swimming, opening up. Things is gonna be available for us more abundantly. It's gonna be easier to go to Walmart and go shopping, more convenient. Not that many people can, flooding the lines and stuff. It's gonna be a lot better. Like, it's gonna be a lot better in a minute, man. Watch. This is another way for human population control that the government is doing to control the population and bring it down some. If we got over 150 illegal immigrants in America, we got over 150 million. The Democrats just let in 50 million illegals in the last 6 months. So if you go back to the whole year and a half, 2 years, they've had the border wide open. Man, at least 150, 200 million illegal immigrants from all different type of countries are here. See, they not just running up on Hispanic people. They running up on Cuban people, Colombian people, fucking Indian people. Like, if you from India, you got that dot on your head, they gonna jump out on you too. Indian people, like, it's a whole bunch of people here from India that ain't legal. They got a whole bunch of people here from the UK that's not legal, and they finna start questioning. They going door to door, asking people for their proof of citizenship, how many people live in their house, and they sitting around, they walking up on people, walking down the neighborhood. They do not have to have a search warrant to question you about your citizenship. So if you think that you can't answer their questions, they gonna detain you, and once they run your fingerprints, oh my God, we got one. You should have just told them that, you was an American citizen, tried to lie your way out of it from the initial beginning, instead of sitting there talking about, I don't answer questions. It's my constitutional right. I don't have to answer questions. Oh, you don't have to answer questions? Put your hands behind your back. You will be arrested until you can hire an attorney to help you answer these questions. We need your citizenship, proof of citizenship. Now your family gonna have to bring it. We asked you to prove that you're in it. So all you had to do is say, man, I was born here. I went to Roosevelt High. You could have made up some shit and they'd have walked away. But you want to sit there and be rebellious and rebel against law enforcement and say, I don't answer questions. I don't have to answer your questions. I don't have to show you no ID. Okay, that we already gonna presume that you don't have none, and get your ass in the back of the police car. All right, now we can watch this, and y'all tell me if you believe that this girl father should have been arrested or not.
Mass deportation of undocumented immigrants, which continues to ramp up by the day. On Monday, ICE says it arrested nearly 1,200 people across the country. Many of those are what are being called collateral arrests, people detained who do not have a criminal record. A senior trial.
Okay, people who's been detained who don't have a criminal record, but they still are illegal. This is the question. Are all illegals the same? Should all illegals be deported? But the moment ISIS get them, and especially like, what if it was an illegal that's been here for 10 years, 15 years, and never even tried to get their citizenship? Do you think that they should be able to still stay in this country and move towards the path of citizenship? And they never applied, never tried, but they here illegally, and they are illegal. Are all illegals the same? See, y'all don't even want to feed into this conversation. This is some deep shit. This shit is so deep that I got y'all thinking to not even want to participate, because y'all know that this is an argument that really can't be argued. You really can't argue, because all illegals are what? Illegal. And if you hear from another country and you snuck your ass over here and you don't supposed to be here, then as an American, we should feel like you should be sent back to where you came from. But if you don't want to be here, you shouldn't. If you really wanted to be here, you should have paid your way to come into the entry the right way. There's ways to come here legally every day. All you got to do is sign up for legal entry. If you sign up for legal entry, America would be glad to allow you in if you got the money to pay the fees, to pay to play. Ain't nothing wrong. But see, a lot of people, just like you say, they broke, they don't have no money. But they over here for 10, 15 years. They work, they made all this money. They paying these landlords $1,500, $2,000 a month for rent. But you can't go to the government and tell them you want them to set up a payment plan where you can pay for your citizenship and become a citizen, and you can do it the right way and show them, I've been working for 5 years under the table right here. So right then at that moment, your boss who's been employing you for 5 years under the table should be arrested and prosecuted for illegal employment, for illegal. They now wait till they come out with the say what? They finna come out with the people who hire and get caught hiring illegal immigrants will be fined $10,000 or 1 year in jail. How many people is going to hire an illegal immigrant? If they ever get caught, if they get caught working at their facility on their property, that they going to get fined $10,000 and 1 year in jail for hiring an illegal. They made it against the law to be illegal. If you hire an illegal, it is illegal for you to hire one. So you will go to jail too as an American citizen. I can't wait till they pass that law. As a Republican, a black Republican, I'm actually gonna introduce that to the lawmakers, to Donald Trump. I'm gonna email it to him on X and tell him, man, I think that you should write an executive order that if anyone get caught hiring, or if an illegal get caught hired at a company, that the owners of those companies will be responsible. The owners will be solely responsible. Fine $10,000 and up to 1 year in jail. Those owners, if they get caught with illegal immigrants inside of their factories, inside of their 7-Elevens, inside of their school systems, inside whatever owner get caught with illegal immigrants working out of their business should be arrested and fined for $10,000 and with up to 1 year in jail. It should cover up to 1 year county lid in the county jail, not prison, but at least a county jail. 1 year in the county jail will break a man. 1 year for hiring an illegal. Now you just broke that. That should be a felony. And see how many business owners will stop trying to break the law, hiring people that they aren't supposed to hire. I really think that should be a good law that they gonna introduce. I ain't say that they was gonna really introduce it, but check this out.
This woman from the Chicagoland area says that her Mexican immigrant father was arrested, even though he has been a legal permanent U.S. resident for more than a decade.
Wait a minute. How can you be illegal but be a legal permanent resident? You ain't legal if you here illegal. And a lot of people is trying to justify it. In their mind, they trying to come up with a justifiable excuse to say, oh, he been here 10 years, he legal. No, the fuck you not. You don't get a birthright after being here 10 years. And listen, it's another twist to this story. Her father been arrested before.
Charge in the past, but was working with attorneys to try to clear
Wait
his
a minute.
name.
Oh, that shit. They slipped that shit in.
Collateral. The surge in raids is taking an emotional toll on the families of those who are detained. This woman from the Chicagoland area says that her Mexican immigrant father was arrested, even though he has been a legal permanent U.S. resident for more than a decade.
How?
That her father had a battery-related charge in the past, but was working with
he had a battery-related charge. You cannot get an expunge after committing an illegal crime and getting caught. You cannot get an expunge for being illegal at the time doing it. Only American citizens get the Second Chance Act, where you can get expunged for having a battery and they'll let you, reset your life. But that's for American citizens, born American citizens, that they can't kick out the country. You know what I mean? But how can he? You see, he got money to hire an attorney to pay for a pardon, but he ain't got money to hire an attorney and pay for immigration. Oh my God. See, all this could have been avoided. He been here for over 10 years. He had a nice house. He was a permanent resident in somebody's community, either buying a house or paying rent.
Attorneys to try to clear his name.
They just told me they took your dad. I was like, what? I didn't think it was true. I was not trying to believe it. I was just talking and joking, right? It's not a joke. They actually came and took my dad. He doesn't deserve to go through this at all.
NBC News Homeland Security correspondent Julia Ainsley joins us now with the latest. So, Julia, clearly ICE officials showing no signs of easing up on these raids and these arrests. Why are we seeing such a large proportion of these collateral arrests of people with no criminal records? What's ICE saying about that?
This was always the push-pull, Joe. Of course, the Trump administration knew they would get the most political bang for their buck if they went after the worst of the worst criminals, and they would keep telling the media about the kidnappers or the child molesters or the people wanted for murder that they had arrested. But of course, they also want to get those numbers really high because they're looking at cities like Chicago, where more than 50,000 immigrants came in during the course of just about 2 years, and they want to be able to get those numbers high too. So what happens is they might go in to arrest a criminal and arrest everyone in that vicinity. They also might, now we know they're doing workplace raids, which means casting a wide net to be able to report very high numbers. When you want to get 1,200 in a day, it's hard to make all of those criminals. I've been on those operations where they arrest criminals. It takes about 10 people to arrest one person. When you're looking at a workplace raid or going after any area where you're just going to get sheer numbers, the ratio of agents to immigrants gets far lower because they're not considered as high risk, and you're basically just going after geographic areas rather than individual people. That's where these collateral arrests get made, Joe. Julia, we have also been following the situation at the Mexican border. U.S. troops have been deployed there. What's the latest? Yeah, Savannah, we know that there were 1,500 deployed. They started arriving last week, and we do expect that number to rise. Now, so far, it looks like these troops are not going to violate the Constitution by actually arresting immigrants, but they're walking right up to that line. They're going to be able to provide space. They could be building detention camps on U.S. military bases. They could be transporting migrants, as we've already seen on military planes. And we also know that they're going to be used to try to build barriers to keep immigrants from even approaching the border to claim asylum. This is all part of a huge asylum crackdown that began last week, something that actually we've shifted our focus more to these arrests. But what's happening at the southern border is perhaps more dramatic because it's a complete shutdown of asylum, of the right to international right to claim asylum at the southern border, Savannah.
So, Julia, one of the biggest concerns surrounding these immigration raids and deportations is that sensitive locations like places of worship and schools could be targeted. Well, now we have organizations is suing the Department of Homeland Security for rescinding a policy that initially prevented those places from being targets. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, that's right. This is coming from a Quaker group who says that they don't want ICE to be able to come into their houses of worship.
Well, that's a Quaker group. But Donald Trump should write a law that anybody that get caught housing and abating a criminal, illegal criminal, or illegal period should be arrested and fined. How many I just go? Because if y'all stay here and y'all get arrested, and that you were staying with us, and we legal, and we didn't report y'all, man, we gonna go to jail. Like, no, mama, don't. Y'all need to just, y'all think, like, that will put the pressure on a lot of people. You know what I mean? Like, that will put and real Americans shouldn't have no problem with that, because these are illegal people that don't supposed to be here. They here illegally. So Do we supposed to have compassion for illegal criminals? If you hear illegally, then you're a criminal, right? I believe that if they hear illegally, then they automatically make them a criminal because they hear illegally. They're illegal. Oh my God. So is all illegals the same? Should we deport all illegals? I think so. What do you think? Nobody's going to leave a comment? I'm the only one that's got a debate on this? Oh my God. Okay, keep watching.
Historically always been very apolitical and like in sanctuaries in the literal sense, a safe place. This is something that ICE rescinded in the early days of this new administration to say that they can go into places like churches and hospitals and schools. And we have this lawsuit, the first of its kind on this particular policy, but you can also see the sending of that memo across America right now. There are corporations, there are healthcare facilities, there are school systems, all having emergency meetings about what to do if ICE comes knocking at their door. That policy rescission has had one of the biggest impacts just in terms of causing fear across the...
I'm going to tell you what they ought to do. Donald Trump needs to write a law for aiding and abetting illegal. If you are aiding and abetting or illegal, and they get caught at your house, they get caught in your car, they get caught at your workplace. If you own a business, you should be arrested and fined and up to a year in the jail for aiding and abetting. Unless you can afford an attorney, you should get up to a year in jail for aiding and abetting. Do you believe that as an American person? I believe that all these Americans that's trying to, go against the American laws of illegal immigration, that they should be arrested. They should be arrested and fined at least $1,000 for illegal, for obstruction of justice of an illegal immigrant. I think that they should be arrested and fined if they get caught at their workplace, they get caught in a car, they get caught at their house. Even if they are a parent, they still should be arrested. Who owns this house? Who is the legal citizen that owns this house? They should be charged for aiding and abetting an illegal immigrant. I think Donald Trump should write a law about aiding and abetting illegal immigrants. And it don't matter what type of illegal you are. If you are here illegally, then remember, you're here illegally, and that's breaking the law. So that means you are a criminal. Are all illegals the same? I'm asking a question, and I can't get nobody to conversate and answer this question. You said free the what? Oh, come on now. Now we got our first comment. This is when conversation finna get real good. Free the hard working Mexican. No. Free the legal American Mexicans only. If they illegal, deport them. Do you agree as an American that all illegals are illegal, or all illegals should be treated differently? If they here illegally, this is what we're trying to do. Clean up our society, get things right, so we can have better opportunities for the American people. And if they here illegally, Trump is delivering on his campaign promise. He said he's going to get rid of all the illegals out of the country. So this ain't got nothing to do with just Mexican people. They just trying to, the media is trying to racially target certain Pacific races to paint the picture, because they know that the Hispanic race, and that's the question that people should be asking, but they don't want to ask this question. They want to sit back and think and come up with a justifiable excuse to tell themselves that all illegals shouldn't be treated the same. If you are a real American citizen, do you feel like all illegals are illegal and should be treated and prosecuted and deported the same? Even if they've been in this country for 10 years, that means they've been in our country for 10 years illegally. An illegal immigrant is a criminal. You automatically become a criminal when you came here illegally and you've been walking amongst our society illegally, lying to us, telling us that you are an American citizen, trying to take advantage of the American opportunities that Americans should be taking advantage of. But these people, because they know you're not from here and you don't have your paperwork, they let you work for a percentage of the price they will pay American people, and that ain't cool. Like, I really feel like deep down, feel free, hardworking Mexicans. I love the hardworking Mexicans. I love them. But if they here illegally, I think that they should go to Mexico and come back through the front door legally. Like, it's not that hard. They already established over here, so it won't take them long, and they know how much money it's going to cost them to get across. Like, all they want, the government want the people to do from other countries is to pay the fees, pay the entry fees. If you pay the fees and go by each step, step by step, and pay the fees as you go by each step, step by step, you can legally come into America and become an American citizen. Why is it so hard for people to follow the steps, follow the rules? Like, that's just like a person that's trying to drive around without a driver's license and keep telling themselves they don't need a driver's license because they already know how to drive. You dumbass, you do need a driver's license. Because without a driver's license, eventually you're going to get pulled over and your car going to get taken, you're going to go to jail, and you're going to have you're gonna have an illegal criminal offense against you driving without a driver's license. So 20 years later, when you get caught by ISIS and they ask you, do you have a criminal record? And you lie and say, no, I don't, but you got arrested for driving without a driver's license, I think you should be deported. As an American, I believe you should be deported. What do you think? Bro, if you made an OnlyFans, you would make a lot of money. Man, I got an OnlyFans. And OnlyFans ain't working for me, bro. I have an OnlyFans. Look me up, Mr. Snaggerpuss on OnlyFans. I'm already on I've been on OnlyFans for like 4-5 years, and my page ain't went nowhere. You think I should go live on OnlyFans? Because I can go live on OnlyFans right now. You say go check that out. I'm already on OnlyFans, bro. You gonna help me promote my OnlyFans channel? Because I seen this girl in Vegas. She had her own billboard. OnlyFans. Look her up. I ain't promoting the bitch, so I ain't saying her name. But I'm just saying, I seen a whole billboard with one girl on it, an OnlyFans model, and she was like, on that billboard, check me out at my OnlyFans at .OnlyFans whatever. Man, if OnlyFans could project me to the level of stardom that I need to be at, where I can get enough money to build my homeless shelter and help people who can't help themselves, you know, I'm a do something, man, in life that no other celebrity comedian has ever done. I'm a build my house and surround it with a homeless shelter and a small safe space community for people who need to rebuild their lives and get a second chance. And I'm not going to even have a mansion on my property. I'm just going to build me like a 3-story container home. And I'm going to be content and happy. I might have like a 3-car garage on the side, but I'm really just going to have me like a 3-story container home with solar panels on the top. I'm gonna have my own water system. Everything on my solar, on my container home is gonna be off the grid for, you know, self-sufficient. You know what I mean? That's all I want. And while my container home being built, I just want a nice 5th-wheel trailer to sit in and chill, and a nice truck where I can hook it up and take my trailer with me when I go out on my comedy shows and stuff, and have a place to set up where I can just already have my place, you know, and be able to move around. It's gonna have Mr. Snaggerpuss Helping Hands Foundation all over it. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna be the only foundation for profit. It's not a non-profit organization that I'm trying to build, that I'm trying to open, that I'm trying to start. Everything that I do, I base my survival off of capitalism. So if we knew how to capitalize off our own people at a sufficient price that's affordable, we really not getting over on our people. We just want our people to spend their money with us. And they can get a lot more for their money, and we can help them a lot more if they want to help us, and we can help them more. Like our community can grow, we can love each other more, and we can help each other more. You know what I mean? Make it 2 containers to be a 2-story. I seen a 2-story that I like, but I want 3 because my 3rd container is gonna be my master bedroom by itself. My 3rd container is gonna be my master bedroom by itself. And it's gonna be on the 3rd floor. And on the top of it, I'm gonna have a deck, an open layer deck where I can walk out on the top, and I'm gonna have a jacuzzi on the top of my deck. I'm gonna have a jacuzzi inside my bedroom. I'm gonna have another jacuzzi on the floor level where, my 3-level storage container home is gonna be so luxurious, so nice, and it's gonna be built at a cost-efficient price. Like, you're gonna be like, dang, that's nice, Snag. How much you build? I'm gonna show y'all how to build something nice at a cost-efficient price. Like, even if I had $1 million, I'm still not gonna spend it. Like, just spend it. Like, what you mean? Like, no. Like, money don't grow on trees, and we gotta make shit work. And we got a lot of people to take care of. So it's like, think about it. You said 3, even better. But I figured it out, man. I figured it out. How to do it in a sufficient way. Just gotta raise some money, man. I found the land. The land will be in between Las Vegas and California. In California. But it'll be less than 2.5 hours away from Vegas to drive. Then it'll be less than 15 minutes, 20 minutes away from the train, the bullet train, that you'll be able to get onto and get to Vegas in 45 minutes. They got a bullet train they finna build to Vegas. And from where the location of the property is, you'll be able to get to the train station in about 15, 20 minutes. So it's gonna be in a good location where people can be able to thrive, go out. They don't have to work amongst our facilities or our community. They can go out and get a job and and be able to move forward. But everybody that come into my facility, the day they walk in, they ain't gonna have nothing. But the day they leave, they gonna be fully established to go out and fight the world. Like, and at this point, it's just like, it's not really hard to help people get in position, but you have to be in a community where you can stay focused on trying to be better or be a better person, change your life. As long as you can stay in that community, that'll help you stay rooted and minded in that, in your mission in life, you will never break your stride. You said like Palm Desert? No, it's in the high desert of California. It's on the other side of Apple Valley, in between Apple Valley and Barstow. It's a beautiful, 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 nice little landscape of land. Perfect. It's not too close to mountains and none of the stupid shit. You know what I mean? Where be close to snow, or how do you say, wildfire danger. Ain't nothing can wildfirely occur. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's the right spot to invest into. Now, right now it's good because it ain't that much out there. But if people start building and a whole bunch of stuff start growing up around us, it's crazy. A lot of people say that a lot of real estate development is going to happen out there, and I can see it because once that train start to go to Vegas, it's like a lot of people gonna feel like this is the best place to be, especially if they like to go to Vegas and they can get to Vegas in 45 minutes. So it's like if we can buy this land and really, like you say, expand it and and get enough people out there and help these people change their lives. What I want to do is build small structural homes, like container homes, and place them on, on on slabs and allow people to live on the land. They own their container home because they're gonna be able to buy their container home, and if they ever want to leave, they can load their container home up and put it on their own property. We're going to encourage and teach people, if you do leave our community, to go off and buy you a piece of property and place your home on your property and try to build another community just like this and get a couple people on your property, and all y'all people, your people pay the property the property management fees, and you and the community that you allow to live around you will be able to live sufficiently. It's really not hard to be able to live if you know how. But if somebody don't help you, then how can you get in position to be doing better for yourself? A lot of homeless in Vegas, in the tunnels, they need a container home. Yeah. But you know what I also did? I got this brilliant idea, right? About I want to make these, and this is some funny shit, right? And until I get the material to be able to build it in a nice space to build it, I want to make a bicycle trailer. A bicycle trailer. And what I mean by a bicycle trailer, a trailer that can be hauled on a bicycle and can be set up anywhere, and people can, it'll have a bed, it'll have a little composite toilet and sink in it, and it'll be big enough and it'll be installated where people would not have to sleep on the streets. Even if they did, where you'll see bicycles with little bitty motorhomes, have a little bitty solar panel with a light switch in it, and it's just the basics for survival, And if a person, how do you say, if they really want to go out and, if they were smart about it, they can live in the bike trailer and also have like a membership at Planet Fitness and be able to survive. Like, I really have a design strictly for a bike, and it's not going to be that big, like biggest people think, like a real, like, it's going to be like, I want to say it's going to be like 4 feet wide and like 6 feet in length, 7 feet, 8 feet in length, 4x8. A little bitty composite 4x8 trailer that can be attached to a bicycle, got 2 wheels, and pulled with a bicycle. Now you can't pull it with a body in it, but you can set up and walk inside and go inside of it and be able to really. What's up, Slime Grind? Yeah, I'm posted. Yeah, man. So it's like a lot of people. Why that sound like Charlie Chaplin era, LOL. But social services probably needed to educate people to self-sustainability. And it will, because we're going to have a human restoration center. The shelter is where people will be able to sleep at night. The human restoration center will be where they get the resources. That we'll have an adult class inside of it. We're going to have trade school where you got a bunch of trades that you can pick from. And each one of these trades, we will have a company created to give a person a job to work in that field. And with that being said, the beginning, all the people that helped build this community will be able to profit with the community, because I want to make a lot of the people that become permanent residents investors into the community. So when they become an investor into the community, and once we start to get amenities up and people start coming in and we start making a profit off this, we start making money and things is rolling, because we're gonna make money off the shelter no matter what. Just think of this. If I had 100 beds, just 100 beds, 100 beds will be like 35 containers. 35 containers, and I'm charging $40 a night individually for people to come out. And so each night at $40, at 100, how much money will I make per night? I asked that question because I don't want y'all to be like, oh, Snag, I'm not the brightest person in the world, but I asked that question to see if I got people engaging, with my conversation, and also, staying with me. So it's like, and you can help me, because we communicating with each other. You can help me get my chat level up on my YouTube channel, because this is what I need. I need people to engage with me. The more comments that people leave on my channel when I'm live, I get this rate, or this chat rate. Because people going to trip. A lot of people's going to trip. Where will you be able to park them? We're going to park them on the land that we purchased. And this is the thing. Where I'm at out here, they have a lot of rural living land. And that's where the trick come in at. Like, the only way I'll be able to do this if the land that I purchase is zoned rural area. You say you want to donate $4,000? That will be a big help. $4,000 will be a big help. I'm trying to raise $22,000 right now. And right now, so far, through donations, I only have about $200. So God is showing me that people is going to help me get this done. Godly people, random stranger people is going to donate to me and help me establish this homeless shelter. Because I promise everybody who invests into my homeless shelter for profit, and it's not a homeless shelter, it's not even going to be labeled a homeless shelter, it's going to be labeled temporary housing to permanent housing. See, with my foundation that I'm trying to get off the ground, Mr. Snaggerpuss Helping Hands Foundation. Now, it's like, in the beginning, we're going to use temporary housing units to be able to house people in our shelter. Individuals will volunteer to pay $40 a night to come to our shelter. People would pay online $40 a night to rent a room out of our shelter. And it's not a shelter, it's temporary housing to permanent housing. So in the beginning, everything is temporary, nobody can stay. Everybody must pay. So it's like having 40 rooms that we rent out for $40 a night. We take the profit off the 40 rooms and we buy 10 more. We take the profit off the 20 rooms and we buy 20 more. Once we got 60 units, we can house 240 people temporarily. Then we can convert those temporary shelters and sell them off, place them on the land and sell them off as 2-3 bedroom apartments, housing units. at $600 a month, $700 a month. And the $700 a month is payments towards the payment of the house. Once they pay off the house, they rent reduces to $600 a month. It's like where is there a place where you can pay $700-800 a month, pay off a home, and then your monthly rent or monthly land fees will only be $600 a month. You said very affordable in California. It won't take me long to build this community with sufficient people that's willing to pay to stay, because the cost of living is so expensive. And this is to help people get on their feet, save their money, to be able to either go buy their own land and place their own structural home on it, or go out and buy a house. They might want to just stay here and save their money and work and buy a home and just, leave the program. But for, temporary living, we charge $40 a night. The reason why I charge $40 a night, because I'm going to give away 3 meals. Every morning, I'm going to give away a breakfast. And it's a soup meal. It ain't going to be like a gourmet meal. It's going to be the meals of my choice, of my liking, that actually, is going to be my breakfast. Like, I have oatmeal. I'm going to have oatmeal. I'm going to have some grits. I'm going to give them an option. Oatmeal and grits. Eggs is too expensive. So I'm going to have some potatoes. And I'm going to make some type of pastry bread. I didn't say it was going to be a steak. I didn't say I was going to put sausage and bacon on there. I'm going to make an all-healthy, non-meat breakfast, and I'm going to serve it every day. I'm going to have an all-healthy, some of them and some of my soups, it's going to be meat, but I'm going to have a non-meat soup for people who don't eat meat. $40, you get 3 meals. You get a dinner, you get a shower, you get a nice room to lay your head in. Early in the morning, wake-up call, you get breakfast. You get a chance, an opportunity to take another shower, a free lunch. To this town where you can go out and opportunity, look for a job or do something for yourself and come back, get an opportunity to come back. You first come, first serve. So if we only able to help 50 people in the beginning, it's just, that's what it is. My goal, I want to, be able to help 50 people. So if I get 13 units, I can house 50 people temporarily. That's just 12 boxable units. And each unit gonna cost me like $10,000. But once we convert it, to the land and be able to put, the septic system that we're going to put on it, the power grid system that we're going to put, a self-sufficient power grid system, we'll be selling these temporary shelters, to the people. They'll get a buy-in for around $30,000. And for $30,000, and you get to own your own house that's already self-sufficient, the only thing you would have to do is that a trailer? No, a storage container home is created out of a storage container. But these are sold on Amazon. They're called boxables. They're boxables. They're sustainable small home living. It's like, and these will be perfect because all you got to do is have them delivered, and you can fold them and unfold them and create the house out of it. And they come with bathrooms. They got all the fixtures for them. Amenities come with them. Come with a bathroom, and you have the walls to put up the room. Everything. It's like they already ready prefab mini houses, and we're going to use them for temporary shelters at first, but eventually we're going to convert each one of them and move them to secluded places on the land and sell them to people who graduate from our program that want to move in and have a sufficient place to stay. And a lot of the people that will, how do you say, that we would screen for the housing will be people that volunteered into our human restoration program. So we know what we're dealing with. We rebuild human lives. We gave a person a second chance to get their life together, and we gave them an opportunity to own their own home. We built them up. A human restoration project. People don't understand, man. It's a way to make a profit off restoring a human being. And you ain't gonna even he ain't gonna even know that he's paying you, because through the help that you give him, it's really not he really not paying you. He's paying you gratitude, because he didn't have a way to come up with a plan to be able to put himself in position to save and better himself. But then you put him in a program that will comfortably put him in position to be able to save and build for himself. And the moment they reach that goal and get a certain amount saved for themselves, they get the option to make the down payment on the house, and they get to move into their house, and they get to move in with their family, and they get a chance to, they already know the survival skills of the land, because every house will be self-sufficient. And we teaching people how to be self-sufficient, to live off the land, to buy their own land, and be able to create their own safe space to be able to live for themselves. They might not be able to find a piece of land in California, but they can go somewhere else, had a container, they break it down and have it shipped, and we gonna have trailers to be able to haul them anywhere they want them to haul. Where you want us to take you, bring your trailer to? It's a lot of things that we need to build this, but everything that we doing, remember, we doing it for profit. So for all investors that want to invest, in order to even become an investor, you have to donate to the cause first. You know what I mean? So a minimum, a minimum donation to be an investor to me is $1,000. If you really want me to take you serious and allow you to make a profit off of my business with me, to even for me to catch for you to even catch my attention, to even say your name, it's $1,000 deposit. And if you feel like you see potential in being an investor into my shelter program, Human Restoration Center, I will give you the first 100 investors. The first 100 investors will get 75% return on their money. A 75% return. That means if you donate $100,000 in profits, you will receive $175,000 back in residual payments. And that's once the business is up and rolling and making profit, you're going to get your money in residual payments in chunks. So it's just like this. Like, if I had a 300 bed housing unit where we was doing 300 temporary housing, right? Remember, a lot of these units will be used as temporary housing, converted into permanent housing. You know what I mean? Once we put them in position to make their down payment on the home, their down payment will be like $10,000. And so when they place the $10,000 down payment on the home, and once we adjust the full price of the house that we're selling them, because some of the houses may have, the devil's a lie, and he's trying to distort my video so I can't get the help that I need. So you never heard nobody talk so passionately about building a homeless shelter and helping people restore their lives, giving people an option to choose from a trade that can fundamentally help them move forward in their life independently. Like, it is so many trades that a person can learn to independently take care of themselves, start their own business, do something for themselves. They used to give away these trades for free. They used to teach people, offer these trades. You know what I mean? Different companies will offer the trade to hire them as employees. Keep preaching, brother. Thank you. God bless you, man. Oh, the devil is a lie. The devil's a lie. Keep stealing my video. Keep making it go out of range. Saying that I'm having connection problems. Oh my God. It does keep freezing. But stick with me, y'all. I'm not going nowhere right now. Damn, I've been on here that long. Time fly when you're having fun, huh? I was talking about how y'all doing? I was talking about illegal immigrants, and a lot of people fell off in the feed. I'm a controversial comedian. I like controversy because it's publicity. Now, I don't believe in a lot of the things that I talk about to be true, or not to say true, or believe that a lot of things that I talk about, to say that I believe in it and I participate in it. I don't participate. If it don't make sense, if it's not godly, if it's not positive, I don't want no parts of it. I don't associate myself with negative people. I don't associate myself with stupid people. I try my hardest as a man, as a black man in America, to strive to stay as positive as possible. Like no matter what, we gotta walk a thin line. Even if we want to be evil or if we want to be negative, to be a black man, we don't have no room to be negative. We can't create no tension in our lives that's gonna cause static. If it does cause static, then you're gonna have a problem, black man. So don't let me be the one to tell you how to live your life, but if you were smart, you would try to figure out a way to live positively every day. So what I'm trying to do is change my whole environment to one of the most beautiful places that I would want to dwell in America. And the only way to, live in a place like that is to build it. And I really want to take raw land and just build an opportunity for people to come to be able to just to have a place to find tranquility and reset their whole life in the middle of nowhere, just disappear and feel comfortable being out there. Like, it's a lot of things that we can do together and build a community stronger than ever. Like, you know what I mean? Push that like button though. Show me if you got any interest in love in your heart. I asked that question because a lot of people ain't got no real love. They don't even know how to love. They ain't never been loved before. And if a person ain't never been loved before, then how should they know how to love? They don't. And so this world that we live in is a heartless place. A lot of people have no heart, no conscience of love towards their own self. They don't even love themselves, so how can they love someone else? I love myself. I love myself first. I respect myself. I love everybody else second. Oh my God, it does keep freezing. That's what I'm doing right now. Move to the desert to reset my life. And if you moved out to the desert with me and helped me build a community, I will let you build your house on my land, and you would only have to pay $600 a month. For people like you that's established and you want to come out and get away from, life responsibilities, bring you a trailer out here. Rural land. So that's property. A lot of people out there growing weed, marijuana. They ain't got no business doing a whole bunch of stuff. But for us, we gonna build a community and help people change their lives. Live at a fraction of the cost that they would pay anywhere in California. Help them find a job. We gonna have a transportation service that'll help them get back and forth to work. The transportation service is a fee. They have to pay for the transportation service. But do you know of a place that you can pay some amount every week and guarantee that you'll get a ride back and forth to work on time? And it's not that hard. Because the same people that'll be doing the delivery service will also have a second job, driving for Uber and Lyft, being able to go out and get their money, you know what I mean, and come back. And if you work for Uber, you'll be able to afford to stay in our community. If you can't go out and make $600 a month, you know what I mean, something wrong. And I'm not gonna lie, that's just a rough price of what people will pay in the beginning. The cost of living goes up, and the prices at our facility gonna go up. But once we build our community up, they still gonna be paying a fraction of the cost of what they would pay anywhere else to live comfortably in California. Like, that's what we trying to do. We just trying to get to the point where we can have a place affordable, where people can live comfortably in and feel proud about living in their community and striving for life, like striving to live in life. Like, and if we give these people the opportunities to be able to make themselves a better life, we can't do nothing but make profit, because everybody that's gonna be out there is gonna be out there by choice. None of this is gonna be drug court people, none of it. No. First of all, this is an alcohol-free establishment, and you must agree to not want to drink no alcohol when you out here. We trying to help people, and I can't help nobody drunk. If you got alcohol in your system, I can't help you. You're not even trying to help yourself. You're not taking life serious. So I'm not taking nobody serious that's drunk. So it is what it is. I'm trying to really help people that's sick and tired of being sick and tired and really want to have something to live. See, I was that type of man. When I was homeless, I just needed help, a helping hand, not a handout, a helping hand. That's all I needed. And if I could have found a place where I could have paid $600 a month to be able to get on my feet and go out and work every day and come back home and stack my money, man, I would have been home a long time ago. But in California, if you get a hotel room 5 times in 1 month, you're going to spend over $1. So the average hotel room in my area where we live at is around $125 a night or more. And there's nowhere you can get a room for less than $80. Nowhere. $60. Nowhere. $70. No, nowhere. Nowhere. Not in California. Now, with that being said, the government gives the homeless people $600, $700 a month, $800 a month in general assistance. A lot of them get in general assistance. If they got kids, they get more than that. And if we can make housing affordable for people who get government assistance, government subsidies, just think about it. 100 units at $40 a night. How much money do we make? Nobody pulled out the calculator. Nobody left that comment. I asked the question, Waddle. If we had 100 units and we was renting them out at $40 a night, how much money would we make per night. Sapphire, I feel you. I lived in a hotel and it got me absolutely nowhere. So I slept in my car to save. That's the only way you can save, bro. That's what I had to do. I had to sacrifice. And when you out there, you realize in order to save, you have to sacrifice. That means you have to find a place to sleep in your car to save the money that you have in your pocket and not spend a dime or a dollar unless it's a necessity. And I had to do that. That's what I got. That's how I got to my apartment up here. This is how I got. I went to work every day, went to Walmart. I would get a hotel room like every 2-3 days. On the third day, no matter what, fourth day, I was gonna give me a room. And the lady at the hotel started to notice my reoccurrence, and she asked me. She said, "Son, I can tell by your ID you just moved up here. You just came up here. What are you doing up here? You come all the time." I said, "Well, and you always pull out a wad of money when you pay for your room." I said, "Well, I'm a barber." And she's like, "Okay, you work." I said, "I'm a licensed barber. I work at a barber shop down the street, and I'm just up here and I'm trying to save my money so I can find me a place. I heard that the cost of living is cheap up here." She was like, "Yeah, and actually I know where a place at right now. Can you afford $700 a month?" I'm like, "Yeah, I can afford $700 a month." She was like, "Well, if you can pay $700, I'll give you a referral to this apartment, and the apartment is only for referral only. If you don't have a referral, they won't let you in. But I'll give you a referral for this apartment, and it's only $700 a month, and all utilities are included." I said, "For real? Oh shit, where this at?" So she gave me the information, and I went and I called the management, and I gave them my referral, the lady name, and they told me to come up. And when I came up, they rented me on the spot the apartment. It was $700 with a $200 deposit, and that's like unbelievable in California. Like usually you're gonna pay first and last up front no matter what. Like, but it was a $700. It was $700 for the month and $200 deposit. I was like, wow, okay, bet. I had that $900 in my sock. I reached right down, gave him the $900, and I got my key, and I signed my lease right there on the spot. I had been homeless for about, I want to say, a solid 3 years. And at that point, I was at the lowest point of being homeless. I only had a $300 Toyota Corolla that I got from the police auction. I paid $275 for it, and the auction fee was $50. So altogether, I paid like $325. And that car got me way up here. It didn't have no tags. One of the windows, the driver's side window, wouldn't go all the way up. Y'all remember that car? It wouldn't go all the way up. And I was in the high desert of California, in the mountains, in the wintertime, freezing my ass off with the car running at Walmart, with the heater running all night. And I went live. I was in my sleeping bag, in the car. I went live on my YouTube channel, and I actually got it labeled, thugging it out, homeless, sleeping at Walmart. And I got a whole bunch of videos. I got like 2,000 videos I done posted to damn YouTube. So I got a lot of videos of me. Even when I was homeless, I made videos. You know what I mean? And it was a great experience, man. I tell everybody, it was a great experience for me to go through that. Now, the things that I want in life is a lot less. I really appreciate how not to be, how do you say, emotionally attached to material things, because certain situations in your life will cause you to have to walk away from everything that you want, that you done bought before. Or a situation will come in your life where you lose everything that you done bought before, and you got to start all over. A lot of people don't understand that because they ain't never been in that situation before. Life ain't hit them like that yet. But most people will get hit with a life-changing event that will really change the whole course, direction of their life, instantaneously. And if you ain't never experienced that experience yet in life, it's gonna happen. Keep living. That's one thing about life. Life is its best teacher. If you don't listen and learn from somebody else that already done experienced it, life will teach you and make you experience it yourself. And you'll be the next motherfucker talking on TV talking about, man, you know I was homeless, and let me tell you how I got out of homelessness. Like, did nobody help me? I had to work hard until I was able to help myself. In Los Angeles, I never had enough money in my pocket that I could afford to spend at one time without hesitating to get an apartment. Every time I go look up an apartment, go check out one or a place to stay in LA, it will be beyond my reach of my finances. I didn't have it at that time, and back then, just to move into a one-bedroom apartment would have cost me about $4,000, $5,000, and I did not have it. And they wanted you to show that you got proof of income 3 times the rent, and I wasn't even making that type of money. But I kept striving to survive, struggling to make it, and God eventually put me in a position where I came out on top. How y'all doing? Push that like button. A lot of shit don't matter. You see what is really valuable. Yeah, the human beings that's walking around here suffering, that all we have to do as human beings is reach out and uplift them. A lot of people don't want to reach out and uplift nobody because they're afraid that the person that they uplift will go higher than them. And even if that person do go higher than you, in life, if he's really appreciative, that person will come back and bless you for blessing their life to be in the blessing that it's in. You can't help nobody and expect nothing from it. But if you help somebody and if somebody come back and bless you for helping them, then that's just God showing you the token of appreciation that, a lot of people is going to appreciate you for putting them in position to be able to change their life. Like, if I can't help you completely change your life, why would I want to not help you at all? Like, why do I want to help you at all? Like, if I really can't help you get to a place where you can really live comfortable, why would I want to play with you and help you at all? Get you to a certain point where I can't do nothing else for you. You're going to have to figure it out on your own, and you still can't figure it out. Just give it to me. Give me something. And when they get to the situation that you're in, homeless, stuck, can't take care of yourself, they gonna be straight, super straight. It's like putting people in positions to see the good in the program, and hopefully they'll be smart about it and invest into the program themselves. Then we'll have a business or a company that investors are solely the same people that help them come out of poverty. Like, I just hate to see people that's living in poverty, that's living with nothing, and watching everybody around us have everything, and you just suffering. Like, what? Why me? Like, why do I have to live like that? Like, and it's so sad, man, because there's so many celebrities and people that got mass wealth can do this on their own, and they ain't even got the mindset to help nobody. They all selfish for themselves and selfish for attention. They don't care about what people suffering about. Like, they don't care. How you doing? Push that like button. Exactly. People will be either a lesson or a blessing. I'll contribute. What's the cash out? All right, thank you very much. Everything that I do is the Snagglepuss. I want you to look at this closely. You can screenshot it, take a picture, scan it. That's my cash out. All right. So, like I said, and I've been talking about this strongly more and more every day because I'm really trying to speak this into existence. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really trying to speak this into existence. You know, right now, my overall goal is to raise the money to get the land. I found the land for $22,000. I want to get this land. I also found another piece of land with a structure already on it for $65,000. And it's already got a water tank or big old gas tank on it. I don't know if it have a septic tank on the property, but it probably do because it's got a nice house on it that was already built there. The house need fully remodeling, fully refurbished. It's actually like a cabin or something. But it'll be perfect for you know, a entry house, a store, you know, things that we can put inside of there for the community to come down and buy commodities, things that they, may need or something. You can put some tissues and some pastries and put some items in there and create a nice little store. And we can build our power pad up there, generate our power pad. But I have a thing, that in the beginning everything is gonna be self-sufficient. So we're gonna have generators. We're gonna have to get generators and get things going right. You know what I mean? To each unit that we get, we're gonna have to build them off where we can have a running septic system, a water system to it. Um, and my idea for the septic tank in the beginning is that we don't even need a septic tank on the land. We're gonna buy a truck and convert the truck into a septic truck, and then we're gonna have a water truck, and we'll have a water truck. So for the people that's out on the land, we'll be able to go out to their spot and dump their septic and give them water, and they'll be able to keep their supplies of septic and water and propane. They need propane, the gas for the gas stoves, gas heaters, or whatever. We'll be able to sell them propane, and we'll have all that down at the commissary store at the foothill of the property. It's a nice piece of property, but that piece of property costs $65,000. So in order for me to move forward on my main project, on this project to paint the picture, we don't even need to have the gas tanks, the water tanks, everything that's we can do it with the structures. But no matter what, to even how do you say establish it, we still gotta buy the land, put a fence up. We're not gonna put a fence over the whole property, but we're gonna put a fence up around the main part of the property. We're gonna put the homeless shelter in to secure it. And once we get the property and get the fence up, we're gonna order our first at least 2 containers. 2 containers will be able to house 8 people. And 8 people is a nice group, a handful of people that we can help out right now. We still gonna have to buy a bus or a van big enough to hold 50 people. I'm thinking more like a nice little school van or something like that, big enough to hold 50 people. And eventually, like you said, per capita, we're gonna need 2 of them, 3 of them, 4 of them. I want to always have a van that's inexchangeable to go and go, go and come back if we have to. Um, I need a nurse to come out there and offer, temporary medical checkups. Get a certified nurse and come out there. Security got to be tight. Got to have a nice security team. Um, when dealing with a lot of people, you want to have security. You want to have good security, armed security. No games, playing no games. Security, surveillance cameras. But security is a priority. You cannot have a safe community without a private, without good security. But to be able to house and help Pacific people, you know what I mean? That won't help, that's trying to get help and trying to help themselves. Like if a person ain't trying to help themselves, I'm gonna know this from the get go because my program is designed to help people who's trying to help themselves. You know what I mean? Like so, you say, "Hello, what's up, AJ? How you doing?" AJ is a contributor to the homeless shelter, to the program. AJ donated. AJ is one of is one of my true and he's not an old follower. I don't know how long he's been following me, but AJ is one of my true members that for a fact, if I can count the people who truly follow me right now or who's truly engaging into everything that I'm talking about, AJ is one of them. And if you take me serious, I take you serious. And I got love for anybody who show me love. And for what I'm trying to do and the way I'm trying to do it, AJ believed that we can make this happen. So AJ, you've been in listening to the feeds for a while.